My name's Jason Jarrett. I'm an exercise scientist and an exercise physiologist. Every injury is unique and every fitness goal is unique. Work with me and you'll get the professional direction you need with your situation. Welcome back. Today's episode is going to be super different because the camera is moving around. Look at that, it's amazing. You can see what you're not meant to see, what's behind the camera. It's a secret. So today I want to show you, let me flip the screen, which I can't seem to do. There we go. So today I'm going to show you a plant that I sit next to, and I'm a little bit of a green thumb, or apparently I am. So I love gardening. I find it therapeutic. Whether you've got an injury or not, you don't have to have an injury. This is going to be a metaphor, guys. You know I love metaphors. Health, injuries, and plants. How on earth am I going to tie this together? How do you reckon? Let me tell you something I know about gardening, all right? So if you don't have to know anything about gardening for this to be relevant. So this little guy was underwooded for quite a while, all right? This is all dry. Nonsense. Look at this. This shouldn't even still be here, but that's okay. So he was underwooded for quite a time and he dried up. And then what happened was someone noticed and they came along and they watered him. I got rid of the leaves already, but watered leaves are yellow and droopy. So he's had inconsistent attention. So at first he was neglected for quite a while and he went crispy. And then someone noticed he was going crispy, which is why all this dead stuff's still here. And what happened when they noticed he was crispy or neglected? They wooded him. They wooded him a lot. They wooded him too much. What happened when they overwooded him? The roots started to rot. So first he was already dry and then the roots started to rot. So he's had inconsistent care. Now it's a lot like health, fitness. You can't neglect something for a long time and then try to make up for it. It actually can just make things worse. So consistency is what's most important when it comes to health and fitness. Consistency. It needs, your health is like a plant. You can't just water it once a year with lots of water that you would have given it over the course of the year every week had you been consistent, and then wonder, well, I tried doing it. I gave it a ton of water and then it got root rot. I didn't understand. I neglected it for a year, but how come this is happening? And also he needs sunshine. He's, not only is he dry, he's got no sun and he's got no water. So there's multiple factors with our health and fitness too that we just, once we know what the factors are, it's easy to balance, but you just can't. I see this a lot around the city. When people realize they've neglected something, they overcompensate and then they make the problem worse because they're overcompensating. So they're bringing their own anxieties and their own issues into the situation without sort of being a little bit reasonable with it. And we do the same with our health and fitness. We overcompensate and that just makes things worse. So it's important to be consistent, and if you are consistent, it can bloom, it can flourish, and when you're ready, you can propagate. You can take this little guy out here and look, there's actually 1, 2, 3 plants here. So they should be in a smaller pot too, because now that it's died back a bit, there's going to be when it does get wooded, there's going to be too much moisture in the dirt no matter what you do, because it's a pot, it's not in the ground. It's going to hold on to the moisture more, and that's going to be worse for the roots in being in such a big pot. Well, that's my understanding of gardening. So really, to take care of the health of this plant, these 3 guys here need to be repotted in the smaller pots. They need a consistent weekly watering schedule. They need more sunlight, And before you know it, it's spring here in Melbourne, so they'll be back on their feet in no time. And that's what you do with your health and fitness too. You've got to know when to take a step back. Like this guy needs a step back so he can recover. And that's what we do with our injuries, with our health and our fitness. Treat it like a garden, like a plant. Look at my hands. You get to see my hands this episode, aren't they ugly? Thanks for joining me again. So it's been a little bit different, but that's my plant metaphor. I love using plant metaphors. Maybe someday I'll show you my garden. Take care.